Hi, I'm Ellen from the Chili Dog. Today I'm going to cast on another pair of entwinement socks, and I'd like to show you how to do the German twisted cast on. Like so many things in knitting, the German twisted cast on goes by a number of different names, including the old Norwegian cast on or the elastic longtail cast on. The German twisted cast on has a little more elasticity than a standard long tail cast on, but it still creates a nice firm edge that holds its shape. It's a good all purpose cast on that's especially well suited for top down socks, like the ones I'm working now, or just about any ribbed cuff. Let's get started. Before we begin, if you enjoy our videos, consider joining the pack and becoming a member of thechilidog.com for ad-free access to our entire learning library, priority support, and more. It's easiest to start the German twisted cast on with a slip knot. You want to make sure to leave a nice long tail that's about 4 to 5 times longer than the distance you're going to be casting on. And you make your slip knot by twisting the yarn so that the working yarn goes over the top of the yarn tail. Reach through that loop and grab the working yarn and pull it through. Pulling on the tail tightens up the knot. The loop can be slipped onto your right hand needle and then pull on the working yarn to tighten the loop. Next, we're going to tension our yarn in the slingshot position. So the working yarn gets tensioned over, under, the fingers on your left hand. The yarn tail is going to get wrapped around your thumb. So your thumb goes down in this V between the two yarns. Grab the yarn tail with your fingers on your left hand to hold it so it doesn't get out of control. And then rotate your thumb back so that the yarn tail is wrapped around your thumb. I'm going to also hold this slip knot in place. This slip knot counts as our first cast on stitch, and I'll just hold it so it doesn't wiggle around as I'm casting on. So I'm going to bring my needle forward under both strands of that thumb loop, keep rotating around, and then dive the needle tip down into the thumb loop, and then start rotating back. And you can see here that creates a little opening right around the needle right here. That's what we want to pull the working yarn through. So we're going to continue rotating back, wrap the yarn, and pull it through that tiny little loop. I'm going to hold it in place with my index finger, drop my thumb out of the loop, and then rotate my thumb to pull the yarn tail and tighten things up. And then rotate my thumb back, and I'm ready to cast on the next stitch. So let's go through it again. The needle tips comes forward, under both of the thumb strands. Dive your needle tip down through the thumb loop, forward and back to create an opening. Keep going back and over the working yarn. Scoop the working yarn, pull it forward through that little opening, hold it in place, drop your thumb out of the loop, and use your thumb to tighten things up by pulling on the yarn tail. And as you're doing it, as you're learning, it's hard because it's a new motion, but it becomes quite fluid as you practice. So we'll walk through one more time. The needle tip comes forward, under the thumb loop, dive down into the thumb loop, forward to create this little opening, Rotate back to catch the working yarn. Pull the working yarn through that little loop. Hold it in place. Drop your thumb out. And then use your thumb to pull on the tail to tighten things up and rotate back. And you would continue on with that motion until you've cast on all of your stitches. I really like long tail type cast-ons like the German twisted cast-on for projects that are knit in the round. Since you are casting on your stitches from right to left in the same direction that you typically knit, it just feels a little bit easier to manipulate your work, make sure that your edge isn't twisted as you rotate to begin knitting in the round. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to do the German twisted cast-on, or Old Norwegian, or elastic long tail cast-on, whichever name you prefer. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your knitting friends. If you'd like to try this technique in a pattern, head over to the shop section of thechilidog.com and look for our entwinement socks pattern. Until we stitch again, happy knitting!